Hey guys, I haven't done this in a while, in case you didn't know that. Right now it's Monday, October 28th, 5 p.m., and I just feel so much like energy that I just need to talk it out. I really haven't done this in, I don't even know, it feels like since the first week of school, and it's almost November. Do the math, I don't like that, and yeah. I reminding myself of like why I started this. Like it's not only for other people, but this is so helpful to me. Like this is so helpful to me to just talk it out. I haven't been seeing a therapist in a while, and mainly what I use like therapy for is to just like talk it out and kind of receive like good feedback, like to help my self-esteem and stuff, to be like, hey, you are amazing, you are doing a good job. That's what I like it for. But just to talk it out, really, oh my gosh, how helpful that is. I have been continuing to do videos where I talk a little bit about myself on my main channel, but I don't know. I've literally just been like, when I'm starting to get ready, I will just like turn on the camera and just kind of like show what I'm wearing, and that's pretty much it. Like I'm like running late to class, and that's what I've been doing. It's just so easy to make, and it's cool to have like to just like show my face, like document my face like almost every day. I think that's cool, and I'm glad I've been doing that. But it is like really just easy. Like I'm not a person that's like huge on my outfits. Like that's not a huge deal to me. But it is a way we show ourselves to the world, so I don't know, I've been trying to put a little more effort or thought into it. I don't know, it would be nice to like have someone like check my outfit before I go, because sometimes I run out the door and I'm like, what the heck, what did I just put on my body? Like this was dumb. Like immediately regretted it. Like the video I just posted like 10 minutes ago of me last week, I'm like, what the heck? Like I immediately regretted that. Like it's not bad in theory, but it's bad in reality. You know what I mean? That's what it was. Sometimes it's better in my head than it is in reality. And that's been a main theme of this podcast for over a year. It has been over a year, right? Yeah, I think so. That's crazy. And I haven't done it in a while. Ugh. This one girl in my class that I think I mentioned in my last podcast, she keeps mentioning how, well, every time I see her, she's like, how is the podcast going? And I've been giving the same answer for like months. You would think maybe, I don't know, maybe stop asking, but it shouldn't. It's I think it's weird and uncomfortable how someone might care about me in that way, or just care to ask. I think it's weird and uncomfortable. That's what it is. But I do appreciate it. So I guess that's a feeling I need to deal with. And she also keeps mentioning how I should do a podcast with my granddad. And update on my granddad, he is not doing well. So I feel like that is adding to my stress right now. And I feel like I feel something in my eyes, and I feel something in my nose, and I feel something in my heart right now. It's a weird feeling. 'Cause I really have been getting closer to him in the past like couple years. He lives down the street from me. He's the closest grandparent I have. And it's weird to just see him like not feeling well, even though he may not admit it. So, but he's been admitting it kind of recently, and it's weird. And he's like practically like 90, and he like was playing tennis like twice a week, and he hasn't been doing that recently. And he's the person you like call when you need help with something, like fix something. I helped him fix the freezer / refrigerator / ice maker like 2 days ago. I saw him yesterday. I see him a lot. I go to plays with him. Damn, I forgot about that. I don't know if we're gonna be able to go to another place soon. I hope so, but death has been a theme on this podcast. It's a theme of life. It's something that happens. If you don't know, I lost my dad mysteriously / randomly / like without a reason in 2017. And today is my parents' their wedding anniversary. Maybe it would have been their 30-something. I don't know. Math time doesn't exist, but I don't know. I guess like a lot of things have been coming up and I haven't been able to talk about it. It goes in my mind. It's like sometimes I don't like think to talk about it. I think I do like bottle stuff up and just don't. I think maybe I'll like make this podcast like I was doing like weekly at this time, or was doing it weekly, uploading it at a certain time each time, but I think maybe I'll just do it like when I feel like I need to, because that could be more than once a week. We don't know. I don't know. I just hope. I mean, hug your loved ones and tell them that you love them. And try not to worry too much, because I feel like worrying doesn't help that much. Sometimes I feel like it's just like sending negative energy to that person. I heard that before, and I don't know, the amount of times the Bible says not to worry, I just try to remind myself not to. But like, it's hard not to, obviously, but like, he just got in the hospital again. I just found out like an hour ago. I'm probably gonna go see him again. I saw him like last week. He was there all last week, but I don't know. You never know when people are gonna die. It's kind of selfish to think that they'll be here forever. The other day there was like a vulture in my yard eating like a dead squirrel. You could see all its like guts and stuff, and that was such a weird thing. My mom noticed it at first, and then we were like there looking at it together, and never seen that before, so that was an interesting omen or whatever. I think that, honestly, like, the reaction I'm having from, like, talking about Melvin, like, I think it's hitting me more than I probably realized. Like, I've been trying to be strong for my mom, because she's lost her mom when she was, like, out of college. So she's already lost her mom, and then she'll lose her dad, and I think that's hard. I can't imagine. So I feel like I've been trying to be strong for her, and I haven't really, like, truly cried and talked out loud. Like, I've cried, but not while talking out loud, and it's doing something different for me right now. It's like I've been stressed about school, and it's like, that's the last thing I want to be stressed about. Like, that's the last thing I want to be stressed about. But I've been like kind of slacking, and I haven't told anyone. But if you're like a special podcast listener, you feel like you know me on a different level. But that it's totally like it's my fault. I made the decision to like literally I turned something in and it was what was it? We have this big research paper for my ordinary Americans class, like due at the end, but we do these like certain blocks, like block 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't even know. But I don't know, was it block 1 or something? Like it was just figuring out like 3 primary sources, 3 secondary sources. And it was one of those days where I just got home from school, like was trying to do my homework done at first all together, then I could relax. Like I really haven't been in that mood in weeks, but I was using AI to figure out what to write. Each thing had to be like 100 words. Basically, I pretty much used AI for like all of it and like left it on there because I liked what it wrote. But my teacher basically, she asked like see me at her office, and she had mentioned like it seemed like AI wrote it. So I was kind of like, I feel like she sent the email on a Friday and it was like it's like a Monday or Tuesday. I think it was a Tuesday when I saw her next. So it's like I was worrying for those days leading up. What is that, like 4 days? And I'm like, well, what am I gonna do? Like, I'm caught. Like, I was stressed about like potentially being, what's the word? Like, suspended or like kicked out of school. Which, if you don't know my lore, I have been suspended before, and I have also been caught cheating, like basically copy and pasting on essays before. Like in middle school, in elementary, I don't even know. No, high school, middle school and high school. Wow. So when I see the teacher, like we're talking like a good amount of time before, and then I could tell like she's wary of bringing it up. And I'm like, is she gonna bring it up? Is she gonna bring it up? And then she finally did, and I'm like, I can't lie, like I'm an honest person. Like, yeah, I did not try that hard on that part. I was trying to avoid the specific words of saying, like, I don't know. I was just trying to avoid, like, explicitly saying it. But I did. Like, I'm like, yeah, I did not try this hard on this one. Because she was like, it seems like you use AI. And then I said that, and I'm like saying like I'm an honest person, blah blah blah. I will take full responsibility. I do take full responsibility. I will take whatever punishment like you want to do. And she's so sweet. She basically, she was like, since you're honest about it, like, you'll get an F for this one, and then just don't use it again. And that was like the biggest weight off my shoulder. But I'm like, was crying to her, and I feel like it was just like a lot of stress like built up, and then me crying. And it was weird because like I really don't want to get suspended or like fired from school, expelled. And I did it, and she literally put in a 50 for the grade, which I thought I was going to get a 0. She put in a 50. That was like so freaking like way too nice. Like, shout out to you, Dr. Alms. Should I not mention the teacher's name? I don't know. But that was such a blessing. It really was. So I'm not going to do any copy and pasting from AI anymore. Shout out AI for just, I don't know, it's amazing what I could do. I never gone to school and, like, had AI be a thing. I need to clean my room. Like, you could tell the state of my room is, like, where my brain is at. I need to get rid of those pants. Sometimes it goes back and forth. I'm, like, I've been to Goodwill, like, dumping a bunch of stuff off. And I need to get rid of those pants. I wore those to, like, the pumpkin patch, and it was awful. It just, like, ruined my mood. Just because of the pants. I need to do something off of email. I'm starting, like, a neurodiversity club at Transy, pretty sure. I'm doing that. I'm gonna take a leadership role in that. That's why I mentioned that to my teacher. And she had mentioned, like, if she wants to put me in, like, an email group with other teachers that want to check in on me, and I'm like, no, not really. I don't want, like, that kind of attention. And I mentioned how, like, I think differently, like, neurodiversely, and I don't have the accommodations for it. Like, I reached out for someone to do that, but I would need, like, documentation of something, and I don't have any documentation of it, if anything. And I don't really want to do that because I kind of don't like that stuff. Like, if you know more lore, like, I was studying to kind of be a therapist at my old school. I've gone to 4 schools, by the way, colleges. That doesn't even include other before that. But yeah, so I don't know, I'm probably not gonna get accommodations for being neurodiverse. So whatever, like, school is harder for me. So it has been a challenge. I feel like talking out loud tremendously helps me. I don't know why I haven't been doing it. I feel like it also has been kind of, like, worrying me because, I don't know, someone in my class wants to be on the podcast maybe, and I just feel like that's just a whole new step in a new world, and maybe it makes me nervous. I know once I get started, like, I won't, but it just does with her for some reason. It makes me, like, yeah, what is it about it? Because a lot of times, like, if we're talking about, like, wanting to be on the podcast, like, then you want me, because I'm like, I'll do whatever time you want to do, but it's like, I really should take the leadership role and be like, okay, what times and days, like, work, because it shouldn't be up to the other person, and that's my bad, but that's also comes from my fear and insecurities. It does. It's me holding myself back. I really do have so much hope for the future, and I'm grateful for where I am. This is not where I thought I was going to be a year ago. I had no idea where I was going to be. I think I may try to go to Taiwan this summer with school, and me and school trips don't typically do well. I feel like I've had a couple that were fine, but that's when I was younger. So, actually, yeah, I mean, it was all the better ones were when I was younger. It should be fine. We'll see. I might try to figure that out later today. I need to study for Chinese because I really haven't been, and that's where I've been lacking. And I want to do good. I want to do better in that. I love you all. And then if this is like your first time listening to me, this is an interesting one. You chose an interesting one. If you also don't know my lore, I took a year off of school last year, and that's when I started this podcast. Like, when I wasn't going to school, I was trying to, like, figure out my life, really, while also, like, putting myself out there. Like, I was thinking about it earlier, like, since I have started doing YouTube, a lot of it helped me, like, feel calm and grounded in a whole new way, because it's like I started doing something I just always wanted to do. Like, doing a dream was to always just, like, put videos on YouTube. And then I started doing it, and I felt a lot of changes in my life. Hi, baby. Come here. Like, I feel like I don't have to explain myself anymore. I don't have to prove myself as much as I used to. Hi, Mimi. Jump. Aw, this is baby. I love you. She turned 5 on Friday. That's crazy. She changed my life. I love you, baby. She really is my best friend. Are you glad I'm doing this? Are you glad I'm doing this? It's helping me feel better. Talking is making me feel better. I love her so much. What was I talking about? And just last year, kind of like not knowing what I was doing, and I was doing dog sitting, and I took myself off of Rover, and I haven't been contacted by anyone, because a lot of people have my phone numbers, but maybe since they haven't seen me on Rover, they haven't messaged me, or maybe they haven't needed to go out of town, but like I'm like done with dog sitting, if I can help it, which I can, because I am in charge of my life. I don't want to do it anymore, really. I would want to do a different job. School is honestly, like, it's a lot of work, like, and I know YouTube's a hobby, but that's kind of like another job. And it's something I care about, so. I am just grateful for where I am. I feel like in a year, don't know where I'll be, potentially in school still. She is so funny and so weird. I love her. Yeah. I love you all. Lately, I've been feeling, do I want to say this? It's not like I'm obsessed with anyone right now, because that has been a theme in my life of this podcast. We shouldn't be obsessed with anyone. These are my Trump fingers, if you can't see, with anyone. And his lips. This is funny. But to be honest, I saw myself in the past couple of days, like, starting to teeter-totter onto that side where I don't want to be. So, let's stick it to the ground. Stick our feet on our ground, eyes on the prize and reality. Need to focus more on myself than on anyone else. And that's the way I need to be. And that's the way I am. This feels like such Phantom of the Opera lighting. I'm not really sure. It's 5:25. Sun's starting to go down. It goes down so much earlier. I don't know. I love you all, and thank you for listening if you listen. Thank you for all your nice comments. I've been getting. I love reading every comment. I really do. And I appreciate them. I think you can leave comments on Spotify now. I don't think I've never gotten one on Spotify, but I think you could do that now because I saw that on This Is Important podcast. And podcasts I love, and I saw them in person last year, and that's where I met a boyfriend I had for like 5 months, who I'm not with, who you all have all heard the story. But I hadn't listened to them in a long time until recently, and it just makes me laugh so much. I love listening to them when I'm driving, and I used to do long drives while going to Asbury, and I haven't been on like long drives lately, but to the lake, I want to like start listening to them more. Oh, I've been cooking a lot recently. I filmed the first recipe I kind of attempted, but I cooked a lot more after that. Some like pasta tortellini thing, banana bread, some like candy apple nachos, which that wasn't really cooking, it was just putting stuff together. But like for a while I was stopping by a Kroger like every single day. I can get into these routines and I'm like obsessed. But the only routine I need to be obsessed with is focusing on me being the best version of me. And that includes like helping others around me, obviously, but I need to like make sure I got me first. I don't know if I mentioned on YouTube videos, but like my whole bathroom, the one like right behind my room, has been getting worked on. I haven't worked on it I haven't used it in like months, since like before school started, and it's finally like done. I think maybe lights need to be put in, but my mom mentioned something about getting an electrician for the bathroom lights, and I'm like, what are you talking about? But maybe that's gonna happen. But now I can use my bathroom, and it's crazy. I got a bidet, which I highly recommend. It's life-changing. It's crazy first time you use it, and every time after. You kind of feel gross when you don't use it, but in the shower is different. It's like everything is an upgrade, and it's nicer. And I feel like just that being in culmination and finally like ready for me to use is just another what's another word for like symbol? It's just another example of a change in my life that was being reconstructed for a long time. It's got all new upgrades. My bathroom. Something. It represents something. It's not something I really have the full knowledge of, but I think it is a big change in my life. And yeah, that was another big change. I love you all. Thank you for helping me cry. I love crying. It makes me feel so much better after. Like, I just feel like so much off. Some stuff has come out of me, and I feel better. That's cathartic. Stuff has come out of me, and I feel better. I love you all, and I hope you're not alone. Let me know if you ever need someone to talk to. Whatever. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope you vote if it's before November 5th. Because we have rights in our country. We have the power to influence our country and the world. We are powerful beings. Love you all.